Shh, it's coffee time. Hey, I'm Sam Nordberg and welcome to this week's mini training. And this week we're talking numbers. Yes, we are, and I'm sorry, and please don't run away because it's not that scary, but it is time to stop and look at your figures for a second. So what we're actually going to look at is conversions. Now this came up because I was talking to a friend of mine who was looking at the number of sales she was converting on a sales page, and she was starting to freak out a little. And that's okay, and we all do that. But what I started talking to her was about expected conversion rates, and I think it's only fair we share it with you. So the basic figures are, if you're converting from your list via email, then your conversion rate is likely to be an average of 1 to 3% of your list. So 1% is fairly low, and 3% is actually really high. For example, if you've recently watched Kimberly Luna launch her Be True brand you'll see she had a huge engaged audience. Everyone was actively engaged in seeing her praise, and I think her course still converted about 3.6%, so just over the 3% mark. And that's really, really good. So what you need to do then if you're launching a sales page is look at the numbers in your email list that you're launching to, and you can expect to convert about 1 to 3% of them. Now that means if you've got a list of 100 people, you're going to make on average 1 to 3 sales. Right? Now it's not a lot, and that's why people drive to build bigger lists, because the bigger the list, theoretically, the more sales they're going to convert. And of course, these numbers vary a little bit. So 1% is based on perhaps a low engagement rate, and 3% is based on a much higher engagement rate for your list. The figures are much different if you start to look at selling on the phone or selling face-to-face. Selling on the phone has an average conversion rate of about 10%. That means for every 10 phone calls you make, only one of them will result in a sale. And this is why a lot of people freak out about making sales on the phone, because they don't like the fact they're going to have to face 9 no's to find the one yes. But when you think about it, that 10% close rate is much, much higher than your 1% via email. Face-to-face closes anywhere between 30% and 50%. Now 50% is a really, really good rate, and most people won't get that, but a lot of people get about 30% close rate in a face-to-face sale. So why are we using email over face-to-face? Well, face-to-face is time-consuming, and of course then your target market has to be near you, which is difficult if you're selling around the world. Email is what people feel is the easiest way to sell. It's the least stressful, it's the least confronting, and it's much easier to just type out an email than it is to jump on the phone, and that's why people are selling this way. But you need to remember that you're only going to be converting 1 to 3% of your list. So with that in mind, consider that it's really important to keep working on driving traffic and keep working on building massive engagement with your list and building your list, because if you're not, you're really going to struggle to convert. That's it for this week. I'd love to hear from you. Were those figures surprising? In the industry, they're fairly standard now, but if you didn't know them, let me know. I'd also love to hear how you're going. So if you're converting less than that or better than that, tell me down below in the comments box and we can talk about it. Now remember, if you liked the video, remember to give me a like and also hit subscribe if you want to hear more of this every week. I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you next time.